Reuters U.S. stocks rose to record highs on Monday after Broadcom made a monster bid for Qualcomm and investors bet that a Republican plan to cut corporate taxes would bolster earnings. Traders work on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange NYSE in New York City, New York, U.S., October 27, 2017. Reuters' Brendan McDermott. Qualcomm QCOM rose 2.33% after Broadcom AVGO offered to buy the smartphone chip supplier for $103 billion, in what could be the biggest ever acquisition in the tech sector. Broadcom dipped 0.7%. The fact that the deal is on the table is huge, said Paul Nolte, portfolio manager at Kingsview Asset Management in Chicago. We have not seen much in the way of deal-making this year, so this might jumpstart some of the deal-making ahead of the tax policy changes. Investor optimism was also fueled by a Republican proposal last week to slash the corporate tax rate to 20% from 35% and end some tax breaks for companies and individuals. I think that has to be the main driver, said John Brady, managing director at R.J. O'Brien Associates in Chicago. Even if it only goes to 25% to 27%, it's still moving the right way. Apple AAPL rose 1.23% and contributed more than any other stock to the benchmark SP 500 index's gain. Shares of Sprint SN slumped 10.11% to more than a year low after the wireless provider and T-Mobile TMUSO called off a planned merger. T-Mobile lost 6.2%. All three major indexes were on track to close at record highs. At 2:25 p.m. ET, the Dow Jones Industrial Average (DJI) was up 0.1% at 23,563.4 points, while the SP 500 SPX had gained 0.15% at 2,591.83. The Nasdaq Composite (IXIC) added 0.3% to 6,784.76. The SP 500 Energy Index, SPNY, surged 1.92% on gains in crude prices after the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, the world's largest oil exporter, tightened his grip on power through an anti-corruption purge. U.S. companies continue to report their quarterly earnings, with more than 400 of SP 500 companies having reported. Earnings for the third quarter are expected to have climbed 8%, compared to an expectation of a 5.9% rise at the start of October, according to Thomson Reuters IBES. Michael Kors jumped 15.07% after the fashion and accessories maker raised its 2017 revenue forecast. The stock was the biggest percentage gainer on the SP. Advanced Micro Devices AMD jumped 6.97% after a report that it plans to team up with Intel INTC to form a personal computer chip unit. Intel was down marginally. Advancing issues outnumbered declining ones on the NYSE by a 1.36 to 1 ratio. On Nasdaq, a 1.17 to 1 ratio favored advances. Additional reporting by Tanya Agrawal, editing by Bernadette Baum. More standards to Thomson Reuters Trust Principles.